Hi guys, today I'm continuing the journey through Japan that Adam and I did back in 2016. We're stopping in Kyoto, which is a hotspot for many famous Japanese gardens. The garden I want to introduce you to today is the garden of the Tofukuji Zen Buddhist temple. In fact, many gardens are actually gardens of Buddhist temples, and they're usually maintained by the monks that live at those temples. These gardens are hundreds of years old and typically have a traditional style. The garden at Tofukuji was designed in 1939 by a Japanese garden designer, Mirei Shigemori. And this garden is unique in that it is a combination of a modern and traditional garden style. The garden is housed around one of the temple buildings at Tofukuji, and there's one garden space, Zen garden spaces, at each side of the Hojo temple. The Hojo temple is where the head monk used to live. It is a very fascinating garden and just one out of many we have seen in Japan, which I would like to share with you. Enjoy! Tofukuji is one of the 5 great Zen Buddhist temples in Kyoto and was founded in 1236. At the entrance there's the Sanmon gate, a 22 meters tall wooden Zen gate, the oldest one in Japan. The temple complex consists of several temple buildings of various sizes. And also the famous Tsutenkyo bridge, which is 100 meters long and leads past the Hojo temple. Upon entering the Hojo temple, visitors can walk around the veranda to see all 4 garden spaces. The first garden space, located at the south side of the temple, is a Zen garden of traditional style with a rectangular shape, consisting of rocks, moss mounds and gravel. Zen gardens like this have a deeper spiritual meaning related to Buddhism, but may also be seen as minimalistic landscape design. In this Zen garden, the rocks resemble the 4 Elysian Islands. The mounds resemble the 5 great Zen temples of that time, and the gravel resembles the sea. The rocks chosen for this garden are larger and darker in color than usually seen in Zen gardens. The gravel is raked in patterns representing waves. Note how the waves reflect off the rocks. As we continue walking around the temple veranda to the west side, a dry landscape garden of unusual modern style is revealed. On one side, the azalea bushes are pruned into square shapes and set in a formal pattern. The shape and pattern is in line with the surrounding walls and buildings and thought to resemble the portioning of land. The other side of this garden is covered by moss in an informal shape. The remaining space is filled by gravel. next garden space on the north side of the temple is the quite famous checkered pattern of stone slabs and moss squares, which you may have come across already. This formal pattern suggests paddy fields. The slabs are placed with irregular spacing, and there are fewer slabs towards the outer borders in order to tie in the pattern with the natural backdrop of trees and shrubs. The backdrop is mainly planted with Japanese maples, Japanese azaleas, and camellia bushes. You can see here that the moss that gets more shade from the roof overhang is a lot greener than the moss growing in full sun. The natural backdrop continues along the side of the garden and around the next corner, and the checkered pattern transitions into a more natural and traditional looking part of the garden. Here you can see typical elements like stone lanterns, stepping stones, and natural stone placements. This plant, called Ardesia crenata or coralberry, is seen very often in Japanese gardens as a small accent plant. In this picture you can see this beautiful water runoff constructed from roof tiles that replaces the gutters. The last garden space is the East Garden, where reclaimed stone pillars are set in a field of gravel. These pillars represent the 7 main stars of the Big Dipper, which is part of the Great Bear constellation. This garden space reflects the general interest in cosmology. The ground cover is moss and resembles a cloud cover of the sky. Japanese gardens usually do not contain any formal shapes or elements. Occasionally though, a formally cut hedge is used to divide spaces. In this garden, the formal hedge is planted in a double row and resembles the Milky Way. Plants used as a backdrop here are a Japanese black pine and hinoki cypresses.